So in this video we're going to talk about while loop in Python. So the syntax of the while loop is, so first of all we have the while keyword, and then we have the condition, and after the colon we write the block of code that we wanted to execute multiple times. And also make sure that we have proper indentation. That means we should have 4 spaces. So proper indentation will make sure that the block of code is inside that loop. Now here, as long as the condition is true, the loop will iterate and repeatedly execute itself. So every time the condition will be checked, if the condition is true, then the block of code inside the loop will be executed and this process will continue. So here the number of iteration will depend on the condition of the while loop, and this is the whole purpose of the loop. We don't have to repeat this block of code. We can use the loop for that purpose. So basically we can use the loop to automate the repetitive task without manual duplication. So normally suppose we wanted to print something 5 times, so normally we had to use the print statement 5 times, but instead we can do the same thing using one loop. So all you have to do is put the print statement that we wanted to repeat inside the loop, and the loop will continue to iterate. Now in every iteration it will execute that line of code. So first of all we have to initialize one variable, then we have to put proper condition, and then also we need to have the increment or decrements. So in every iteration, so the I is initially initialized to 0. So first of all the condition is true, so it will execute the print, and after that the value of I will be increased by 1, and then again the condition will be checked, and this way it will run 5 times, and this way the print statement will be executed 5 times. So let's now see one example. So first of all we're going to initialize the variable with the value 1, and then we're going to use the while loop. Now here we have to put one condition. So because we wanted to run this while loop 5 times, so the condition will be I less than equal 5, and then we have the colon, and after that using the proper indentation we have to write our statements that we wanted to repeat 5 times. So let's print Python 5 times, and also we have to increase the value. So we're gonna increase the value by 1 in every iteration, so that after 5 iterations the condition will become false and the loop will break. Otherwise the loop will run infinitely, which we do not want. So now this loop should run 5 times, and we should see Python 5 times on the output. So here you can see we have printed the Python 5 times. So all of these Pythons are printed in the next line, so we can print them in the same line. We have to use end, so we wanted to end them with a space. Now if we run this, so you can see all the Pythons are printed, and at the end of every Python we have one space that we have mentioned right here. So here in the loop we start from 1 and we count till 5, and also we can do reverse of that. That means we can start from 5, and in every iteration we can subtract 1, and the condition will be I greater than equal 1. So this way this loop will run 5 times, and in every iteration we can print the value of I also. So you can see we have Python 5, Python 4, Python 3, 2 and 1. Now we are counting from 5 till 1. After that the loop will break. And not just this, we can have nested loop. That means inside one while loop we can have another while loop. So suppose the first while loop runs from 1 to 2, and in every iteration the I will increase. So the first loop, the outer loop, will run 1 to 2. That means 2 times. Now here we can print outer with the value of I. Now inside that we can have another while. Now here also we need to have the condition. So here we're going to use another variable j with the value 1. So this loop also will run 2 times. So here also we're going to use the condition j less than equal to, and then after the colon using proper indentation. So indentation is very important. So here also we're gonna print inner, because this is inner loop, so we're gonna use inner, and we're gonna print the value of j. And also we're gonna use the end, so we're gonna end with a space, and then we have to increase the value of j so that at a certain point in time the condition will be false, so that the loop will break. Otherwise this can go infinite loop, which we do not want. So we are pretty much done with this. So first of all, this loop will run one time, because this is inner loop, so this will run 2 times. After that this loop will run 1 time, and inside that this loop will run 2 times. So let's now check this. So here we have the output. So first of all, outer loop runs 1 times and the inner loop runs 2 times, and this is how the nested loop works. So in the while loop there are 3 essential parts. First of all, the initialization, and then the condition, and then the increment or decrement. So we should properly initialize, and then we should have the condition, and then the increment or decrement, so that our loop properly function. And also we can use the break and continue to control the flow of our loop. We're going to talk about them later. So this is the way we can use while loop in Python, and we can execute a portion of the code multiple times without manual duplication. That means we can avoid any repetitive code blocks. So hope you understand the concept. See you in the next one. Take care.